Today I'm making this cute, tiny clawfoot bathtub for someone in Maple Valley. And yes, it's made entirely from paper. To get the shape of the tub, I'm using this soap bottle as a form. The curved sides are perfect and will give it that clawfoot tub shape. You don't need this exact brand of soap. Just look for a bottle with a curved shape like this. I'm not covering the whole bottle. I'll just be paper macheing up to this height. First, I cover the bottle with plastic wrap, wrapping it as tightly as I can. This helps the paper release a little bit easier later on. I put a line of masking tape here to remind me not to get carried away and go any higher than this. So put your tape a little past the height you want your tub to be. I'm using packing paper, but newspaper or lightweight paper will work too. I tear it into strips and then into smaller pieces. It makes the whole process a lot faster. I also tear away the straight edges and throw them out. That way the torn paper blends better without leaving a lot of noticeable lines. Just make a variety of sizes and try to have a bunch ready before you start. I'll be using water and flour for the paste, but you can use glue and water as well. I'll have the recipe for you in the description. I like to get some of the paste on my fingers and work it into the paper strip, then smooth it onto the form. I don't lay them all in the same direction. I place them at different angles and overlap them. The first layer always takes the longest, and if I'm in a hurry, I set it in front of a fan to speed up the drying time between layers. Once the first layer is dry, I start the second and repeat the same process. I usually do about 4 or 5 layers, and I try to smooth everything as much as possible to keep wrinkles to a minimum. I make sure all the layers are completely dry before I remove it from the form. Because of the shape of the bottle, I can't just slide it off, so I carefully run a butter knife between the bottle and the paper to loosen it. Then using a craft knife, I slice down the middle of the front and the back. It takes several passes to cut through all the layers because it's very sturdy, and I also don't cut through the bottom. Then I gently use the butter knife to pry it loose. You'll feel it start to release, and at that point, you can pull it the rest of the way off. Now we need to repair the cuts we made to remove it from the bottle. Listen to how sturdy it is. I cover the front and back cuts with masking tape, inside and out. At this point, you can already start to see the tub shape. I add a couple of paper mache layers over the masking tape to hide it and also to strengthen those cuts from removing it from the mold. Then I marked out the tub shape onto the tub. You may want to make a template to keep it even. Then just cut out the tub shape following your line. I love it so far. Now if I can just pull off that curved edge. I didn't like how the inside bottom wasn't flat, so I cut out an oval shape and glued it in. I forgot to hit record for this part, but I covered the bottom with tape and a couple layers of paper mache. I came up with the idea to roll up some foil to help me form the curved tub edge. I rolled it as tight as possible and tried to make it as smooth as I could. Then using hot glue, I glued it all the way around the top edge. I forgot to mention, I use regular weight aluminum foil. The heavy-duty kind is a lot harder to shape. Here you can see how I covered the inside bottom with tape. I'm starting to cover the foil ring now with the tape. I didn't cover the whole thing, just the inside and about halfway down the outside. I also tried to smooth the edge more with the tape, and then I started adding layers of paper mache to the inside bottom and the sides, following that curved edge. I tried to keep the paper mache edge neat and even on the outside. I did several layers just like I did on the tub in the beginning. I let mine dry overnight, but you can speed it up by putting yours in front of a fan. And then I started on one of the ends of the foil and carefully pulled the rolled piece out. Once the foil was out, I pulled out as much of the masking tape as I could. I couldn't get every bit, but I got everything you'd be able to see. I drew out the clawfoot and checked it against the tub. adjusting the size until it looked right. Then I traced it onto cardstock, glued several layers together, and made the feet. I added a couple of half layers on the back to create a lip, so there's more of a surface for gluing and to keep them even. I sanded the edges, but they felt a little flat and boring, so I added some paper clay for more dimension. I used paper clay to smooth the curved edge of the tub even more and added some to the inside and the outside as well. Now for one of my favorite parts, the sanding. Lots and lots of sanding. I made sure to wear a mask the whole time though. Decide where you want to glue the feet on. This part took me a while until I was happy with it. I kept trying to move them closer to the ends, but then from the side they looked too close together. And here's the placement I finally settled on, looking at it from the bottom. Now the real test, making sure it stands right and isn't wobbly. First I added a thick coat of wood glue on the inside, and when that dried, I did the same on the outside, including the feet as well. Then choose whatever color you want to paint it. I'm using this big container of paint I had left over from Aunt Clara's house, which was nice even though this tub isn't going in Aunt Clara's house. I'm painting the feet this warm brown to give them a relaxed, natural feel. It fits the house this tub will eventually go in. I didn't want the inside to be a bright, shocking white, so I mixed up a really soft cream instead. I think it blends really nicely with the other colors. I finished the inside with a few coats of triple thick to get that nice porcelain shine. I got so excited to start the center set that I forgot to hit record, but here's what I did. To make the knobs, I cut this shape on my cutting machine, but you can use a punch too. I made a hole in the center and tested it on a paper-covered 18-gauge wire to make sure it fit. Then I took the flower shape off and curved it using the end of a paintbrush. After that, I slid it back onto the wire and glued it to the end. I took a piece of paper and rolled it with a lot of glue into a little ball shape and glued that on top of the little flower shape. For the main section of the center set, I used a cake pop stick and drilled holes for the knobs and the faucet. I also wrapped slender strips of paper between the sections. For the faucet, I used that same wire and curved it into shape and then painted the whole thing bronze with this chrome marker. I love everything about this tub. It feels so calm and relaxing. Clara, sweetheart, I'm sorry, but this tub isn't for you. You already have a lovely bath. This one is headed to Pine Rock for your sister's home. I'll be starting that new Pine Rock build soon, and I'm really looking forward to it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.